What it do? Feedback stream 7-1. Wow, we're getting it done. We got about 20 tracks loaded up into the dock, and we're about to listen. We're gonna see everything: mixing, sound design, just creative flow, you know? I do have the chats going right now, so you guys can say what's up if you like. You know what it is. Hi, Jeanette. Hi, Travelon. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the number one. First is Rose, Trapped Again in E. Can't hear it yet. Hold on. All right, let's get it. Let's go. Yeah. I'll show you the cover art. You know what it is. Boom.
I'm the devil.
That's pretty groovy, you know what I'm saying? We have some cool movement going on here.
I'm the devil.
Nice. It is kind of, it's moving slowly, but there could even be more movement, you know? Like the main bass is like, it's nice. The main bass, like the whoop, 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 sounds very small, very weak, very thin. Definitely want to start layering your basses just to put them more up front in the mix. And in these next phrases, you can switch it up a little bit so it's not exactly the same or not too close to the first one. Start adding some differences so you can keep the energy increasing over time. Nice. And then overall, like if you look at it, there's actually no silence at all. And you really want to have some dynamic shifts because getting blasted the whole time will eventually get old. And if you go back and forth between loud to quiet, back to loud, when you go back to the loud, it feels new and fresh and it'll add more energy. So you definitely want to be testing that too. But overall, this is a pretty cool idea. I would definitely try to find a vocal for your intro too. That'd be nice. That'd be a good time. Good job, Rose. Trapped Again, E. Up next is Kilowatts with Cariunos. Oh, let's go. So dirt. Kilowatts.
Nothing will save you.
Okay, that's kilowatts. Coming in, that sounds pretty heavy. When we got to the drop, things started to sound nice and big and full and sounded sick. Lots of cool stereo imaging going on. It's going to the right and it's just feeling big. I like it. And then just good dynamic shifts. Eventually, though, when we get to like halfway through, it starts to get repetitive and it just starts to sound like you're looping the same thing. So the energy is starting to decrease over time. And by the time we're here, it's pretty low energy. These last couple phrases. So you really want to try to increase the energy by changing the rhythms, like the speed of the basses, changing the tones of the basses, so the pitch or the wavetable, for example. Or also just adding like new things like sustains, pitch risers. And the intro is pretty small, like these drums. It sounds pretty empty in this section also.
I see the fear.
That's a nice vocal though. Very good. And overall, this has its lows coming from the 808, but I think it would be a lot better just having a nice synth bass or, just longer, bigger sub bass to go with the chord progression that is going on there. That's pretty good though. Very nice. Carry onos. Yeah. Next. Saddle up. Oh, is it saddle up? Actually, things got all twisted and out of shape. Up next is Merciless Rage with Torque in D 150. Wait. Yeah. And what in Torque D 150 fin? Let's find it. Yeah. Okay, it's all the way at the bottom. Awesome. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go. Merciless Rage. Torque. Cool. That's a pretty good idea. I must say, I can tell you got some good ideas in you, and the vocal sample is really sick. So there's a good foundation here, but there's a lot of complex sound design that needs to go down for this to sound like heavy, and there's to be a lot of good mixing going on for it to sound clean. Also, there are some weird things going on, like the sub is going a lot faster than the bass here. It's like the sub is doing its own rhythm, and it's like two competing rhythms almost. It would just be a lot better if the sub is going with flow or in harmony with another one of the elements. The sussy in general is very low mid frequency. It's not a very high frequency sussy, so it competes a lot in the low mid frequency range. And they don't have their own space, so it starts to get really congested, and this happens a lot in this section too. You gotta be careful. There's just lots of sounds that are in the same frequency spectrum that are trying to be the star of the show, but you know, there can only really be one star. The spotlight only goes on one, and you go back and forth between the stars, you know what I mean? And then lastly, the guns are pretty weak, so if you listen to them here, they sound pretty thin and not heavy enough. They should be a lot more layers. If you look at some of my tear out gun videos, my recent ones, you'll see how much layers I put in to get the gun just to a regular loudness. And then you got to clip it with the sub too to make it sound fat. Right now the sub sounds separate, and it's just not heavy enough really with those guns. So get those guns super heavy, and then you barely have to put any work with that sussy. But overall, you definitely want to improve the EQ on all your individual tracks, and keep on pushing, keep on moving, and keep on getting things fatter, thicker. You know what it is. You know what it is. Good job. That's Merciless Rage, Torque, D150 FN. Next is Alvo with Rhythm Dub 1. Rhythm Dub 1. Okay. It's over here. We'll listen. Oh. That's dirty, my guy. Yeah, it's nice. Man, so the choir harmonies is in harmony with everything. Just sounds like there's enough space for everything. Everything has its own room, and they're just vibing with each other, you know, and it's going hard. These sections are sick. When it gets here, this main bass gun can definitely be thicker, layered more, heavier. But these dynamic shift bass, this is just really cool. Very nice movement here. Cool idea. The choir, those voices are just setting it off. Very good. Everything sounds in key. It's very nice. That's fun. Definitely keep that going. I would make that into a full track for sure, dude. Good job. Alvo. Your mixing skills suck, so I'm making any feedback on sound design and mixing. Yeah, so sound design basically. So it's like don't. Right now, it sounds like it's not compressed enough. There should be a loud rack, compression, saturation, get it loud. If thin, it's still not loud enough. Add another layer. You layer lows, mids, highs when it comes to frequency spectrum, just to make one like sound. And you can just make variations using Serum and your synth to move the wavetables and find different frequencies. The mixing sounds overall pretty good. No mud, no harsh frequencies. Those are the main things we're looking for. And then like overall loudness is -8, so it needs to be a lot louder. You're gonna need to get this to like -6 at least, and then try to, you know, get like -6 to -4, and then if you want, you can go to -3. But yeah, compression and saturation. That's how you get things loud and clean. Use your EQ a lot. Very good. And up next is Necrotic Stardust edited. Okay, let's find it. Run it.
It's too hot! The R-Wing can't withstand the surface temperature of the sun!
Why did we even come here? Because we're Starfox. Did you drag us to the hellscape for a stupid fun? Come on, Falco, don't lose your cool. Oh my god, you did.
Let's go.
Do a barrel roll!
Be right back. My bad. I have to go blow out a candle before blew the whole house down. You know, blew the whole house down. All right. So we got some rhythm function times right here with the Stardust edited. Now, as soon as we hit the drop, we have the fake out, and then we just get the drums. Energy levels are pretty low here, you know, like out of 1 out of 10, maybe like a 4 out of 10. We didn't really do much of a build up here to build tension, to release it into the drop, so energy's pretty stagnant. That's an issue. We really want people to be dancing. You know, you want to get the energy as high as possible, do a lot of movements within these phrases, like from pre-drop to drop. Lots of fast little sweeps, reverse kicks, cool different things to throw you in. And then overall, it gets really repetitive because you're just repeating the main bass and barely adding anything new as we progress in time. With this type of rhythm, we really want to make sure that you're slowly automating different parameters, wavetables, filters, so that it's slowly moving and changing and evolving and breathing over time, or else it's just going to get really repetitive, and that can get annoying. That can get low energy because it's predicted. You can really just predict what's going to happen next, and if it's predictable, then we're not going to be surprised. And the way we get surprised with new things and new phrases and heavy energy is how we dance harder. So you want to keep those things in mind. And if you just listen, like mixing wise, the drums are a lot louder. And it shouldn't be like that. Your basses should be really loud and at least matching these drums. So you want to get these dubstep basses in parallel and make sure that you're parallel processing these basses. You have dry and wet. That'll make it super loud and give you good effects at the same time. Overall, after you do that, then just work on your phrases, you know, call, response, fill. If you look at my video with the call, response, fill, you'll see how I do a lot of examples. That is really important. You know, you want to try to add movement and keep things interesting. You know, the audience wants to hear new things. So we want to try to get them new things to listen to or new rhythmic movements to dance to. It'll be a fun time. Pretty fun time. Next is, let's see, No Silence by Twiggler. Ooh, the Twiggler. No silence. Let's find it. Where is it? Right here. Let's go. Simple, Pedic. 365 Murph, no cooking, no eating. So, dude, let's go. Let's go. Okay, that's no silence by the Twiggler. Twiggler. Yeah, Twiggler. All right, cool. So I gotta say, that was really long, honestly. And it was really hard not to stop playing it and skip it through it and just go on. Because that's just a really long song, you know, and there's not a lot of energy going on here, not a lot to dance to. You have to understand that right now, your basses are just like kind of just repeating. And it's almost like you're playing like a bass loop rather than structurally creating a composition, a piece of movement, a piece of energy that we need. So I say it all the time on every single stream. I made a video about this. If you type in Dripment call and response, it's this, the number one technique every dubstep producer needs, call and response. Because this is the most common issue. we make the song, but we don't add enough movement and enough energy. And right now we're just doing 1, 2, 3, 4. It's very basic, simple movement when really there should be something going in. Instead of these, right, you can add something new. This fake out too is, I mean, it's almost completely silent here. Remember, we're building up energy to release the tension on the drop. So if you release the tension to nothing, then we're back to 0, and then we have to rebuild the energy up to this. So this is not working as a fake out. It's actually removing and killing the energy. So then when we get to the drop, it's just very low energy to begin with. Plus, there's no call and response. So it's just very, very low movement. You have to watch that video so you can see how to, add more movement to make people dance. We need to be dancing so hard that we want to bang our fucking head against a rail, literally. Literally. Oh yeah, but sorry. This section. Where is it? Oh, sorry. I was on Onslaught, my bad. This section with the vocals. I don't know who's rapping right now. This is fire. I'm dancing a lot during this. I'm vibing out. I'm wanting to, be in the club. This is really good. So it all sounds good. Just up to the drop, there's a lot of different movement and energy issues that you want to look over. And hit me up if you have any questions about that. I can always help you. Instagram, Discord. So let me know. Next, Onslaught, Ecto Drip. Nice. Let's go.
Anomaly detected. Critical system failure.
Lazy, I'm not going to roll down yet. No, I'm not. Give yourself a phone, dude.
System error.
That was cool. Good job. Onslaught by Octo Drip. Naturally and casually. Ecto Drip. My bad. This was crazy. Honestly, the intro sounded, not like it transitioned well to the drop. It sounded very odd. Oh, my Lord have mercy. Thank you very much for that follow. I appreciate you. Merciless Rage. You are off the chain. Okay. So this transition. Very slow moving. And it's like we kind of just get thrown in. It's very abrupt. We don't transition well into the drop, which, you could add a lot more energy doing that. Very nice heavy sound design. Sounds clean. Lots of cool heaviness. It stays pretty nice. All the way up until the silence, it sounds kind of awkward. I'd be careful there, try to make sure it's full. You're already doing a lot of good dynamic shifts here. So, those are good. you keep the energy progressing over time really well. It only gets repetitive only at this little section way at the end. Otherwise, you do pretty good keeping it interesting and keeping me engaged and wanting to dance and go crazy. It's a fun time. That's a good time. Good job. Yeah, just work on the intro. Remember, we need music going on here. These are all sound effects with like one respace in the back. There's no rhythmic movement. We got to have something steady so that we can DJ it and mix it in. Only until here we get some drums. So think about those things too. It'll help. Next is a phase pilot. Thunderstruck. Let's find it. Let's play it. Done deal. Beautiful, dude. Jesus Christ. Sprinkling lyrics like Porter Robinson style, definitely. Great call and response. Yeah, dude. The call and response on this is elite. I mean, there's so much movement, so much going on that you like almost have to play it back to listen to it again. You just keep repeating it over and over to try to listen to all these new sections. I mean, the feelings you get when you're going into the sections. This sounds very, very nice. The drop sounds very professional. A lot of the intro stuff and like sections like this, where the sustained chord is like way louder than everything and super abrupt and abrasive. This is a big no-no. We have it really loud. First off, it's not loud enough, your song. It's at -9 LUFS. So if we DJ this next to a regular color-based song, it would sound very low energy because it's super low volume. And we don't want people to have to turn up your song. So you need to be able to mix it and master it to a point where it's loud enough for the clubs and the festivals and for people to mix it. So use your compression, saturation, parallel processing to get things loud, and EQ to clean everything while you're doing that. Group things up together and make them loud in the group. And then on the intro, and this, turn down the main pad or chord thing and blend that in. Make sure it's soft. We have it super loud right here, and if we keep it loud, then this sounds really like it hurts the ears. We have to turn it back down, and then we have to turn it back up for the drop. So it's just all over the place with the actual mix. But this idea is so good, and you're really good at making music, and you got to keep doing this. This feels amazing, and I can see a lot of people loving this. So continue it, dude. Good job. Thunderstruck coming in with the thunder. Next, Lazy. Wiz Khalifa Get Some. Lazy Flip 2. Okay. Let's do it. Sorry.
They say the boy is sick and they can't diagnose my symptoms. Witnessing the doctor try to find me a prescription. Told him since an early teen, all I seen is the color green. He said there ain't nothing wrong, probably wasn't listening. Probably wasn't listening. Probably wasn't listening. Yeah. Get some. Yeah. Get some, yeah. Get some, yeah. Get some, yeah. Grandma tell me go to church, somebody need to pray for me. So I leave and go and see the preacher. He said, holy smoke, see I'm nothing like you. My pockets got the Holy Ghost. From the side of town where you can get it for the shorty low. Get some. Anything about me, they know that I'm a ball. Different city, every night I'm a star. And I don't need a piece, I want it all. Tell them all. If the streets know anything about me, they know that I'm a ball. Every night a different chick in my car. And I don't need a piece, I want it all. Got no money, get some. Got no money, get some. Get some. Got no money, got no money, get some. Got no money, get some. Got no money, get some. You ain't gotta get some. Got no money, get some. You ain't gotta get some. Got no money, get some. You ain't gotta get some. I wake up and think about how to get my paper, then roll something to stink up. Say hi to all you haters. No teacher can school me. I'm smart but not a scholar. Shit, if I was a book, I'd be all about $1. I never had a job or something of that nature. I've been hustling since a cub, had a buzz like a pager. You straight from the flat bed, I'm on one that's narrow. I'm chasing my chavo, that mucho dinero. Fresh like a pharaoh, my clothes come from Cairo. The beat kick like Bruce Lee, my flow something like Pharaoh. And ain't afraid to spin it. That mean I'm getting money. If you ain't got chores, get it.
Cool. Wiz Khalifa Get Some. Lazy Flip 2. All right, so I gotta say, I mean, there's a lot of different things that need improvement in this, and the overall, idea of using Wiz Khalifa in a song is good, but you gotta make sure that you're not just playing the acapella and like sprinkling in some dubstep basses, because that's kind of what it sounds like. You need to make sure that you're making a song and then sprinkling in Wiz Khalifa's vocals. Like the vocals play the whole time during the drop, and there's a lot of different silent sections where bass isn't playing. So in these, it's like sounds very empty, and the kick is also very, very small.
Get some.
There's no reason for the kick to be this small.
Get some. Yeah.
So the drums are tiny little drums, and they need to be big. You have compression, saturation, but when those things don't work, you have to remember sample choice is everything. So you got to pick good kicks, good claps, and make sure that your clap is also in the middle too and wide. You can be both, because right now it just sounds wide. So It's like we're missing a little bit of the clap.
Go to church, somebody need to pray for me.
Yeah, so you just make sure that we are focusing on dubstep basses and dubstep flows and not the vocal, because it's like the vocal has all the spotlight for this whole song. And it really shouldn't, right? Your wubs need those spotlights. The wubs need to, they need to be priority. And some of the basses are loud and some of the basses are just not loud. And there's a huge difference between like the volumes of your basses. We're like moving up, down, and we really shouldn't be. It should be pretty level with our main bass leads. Like, those are very low volume compared to. And that happens pretty often throughout the track. So you want to make sure your basses are at relatively the same levels. They need to be loud, fat, thick, full, all the good things. But yeah, hit me up if you have any questions about that. You know what it is. Keep it up. I need to hear Wiz Khalifa remixes. It's important because those are going to be good. He's one of my favorite. Next up is the Wizard, or the Wizard question mark? Skibbity dubstep 5000. All right, let's go. Okay, decent drop. Intro's very odd, and it doesn't really match with the drop. So I would probably try to make something go with this drop, so you can even add more energy and make sure it, is harder, so we can dance harder to it. When we're playing this, it's very muddy. Lots of low mid frequencies from 100 hertz to 400 hertz. Is a sensitive area. If a lot of frequencies build up, it sounds muddy. And that's what's happening here. So you gotta be careful. Check all the tracks that are taking up that frequency spectrum. And then overall, just the movement is very minimal. There's not a lot of energy in the song. It needs a lot more movement. You need to add some type of call and response. Things need to be talking to each other, going back and forth, so that we can get moving and dancing. Right now, it's just like sound design, guns repeating, and it sounds fine, it sounds cool, but you got to make sure it sounds clean and loud, and also that there's a lot of movement so that it's EDM. Lots of big dancing music is what we need to be doing. Make sure we get into dancing. You know what I mean? Up next, what we got? VTOC, When You Hold Me, WIP. Let's get it.
Been in love so many times, been a slave of my desires, won't lie, won't lie, won't lie, won't lie. Thought my heart would catch on fire, swimming in a pool of lies, won't cry, won't cry, won't cry, won't cry. And you came around, kept me safe and sound. I never knew what love can do. It's all in your eyes, like a clear blue skies. I know it's true. It's true. You hold me all the time. I won't stop. Drown me in your love. Never let me go. there's nothing left to fight for. 'Cause I've been broken to the core. Won't cry, won't cry, won't cry, won't cry. And you came around, kept me safe and sound. I never knew what love can do. It's all in your eyes, like a clear blue sky. I know it's true. It's not true. You hold me all the time. Drop me in your love. Never let me go. When you hold me all the time. Drop me in your love. Never let me go.
Nice. Good job. Lots of emotion, lots of energy, fast drum and bass. This is what we want to hear. You know, there was a lot of harmony that you created. And unfortunately, there are some sections where you broke the harmony and just threw in like some dissonance, and it just felt very bad. But the majority of the song was really good. And like mixing wise, you have to understand that your drum and bass song should not look bricked like this, you know? This means that you've compressed too much and you're just like pulling up all those existing frequencies all the way to the top, making a straight line, killing the dynamics. We got to be careful not to go too hard on your compression. We got to get it loud in a clean way. And we have to make sure that we preserve dynamics. We need those waves, you know. There's no straight lines in nature. We got to remember that. So I want you to listen to the pitch bend thing I'm talking about. Right there. So we're almost like changing notes, and we're hitting some notes that are not in the scale, basically. And we have perfect harmony created. We're using all those 7 notes perfectly, and then all of a sudden we just run into an issue. This happens twice in the whole song, so you gotta make sure that you fix that. Don't break the harmony. We're not making like horror music right now, not a horror film, so we don't want to create dissonance and the tension on purpose. We want to keep the harmony flowing, especially when there's vocals involved. And then at the end, I know you change it up from the drum and bass to this, but you keep it going on for a long time, and the energy starts to dramatically go lower over time. So relook at this section, make sure that you keep the energy progressing, keep it moving, and keep people interested till the end. Otherwise, it sounds pretty close to being done. This is pretty nice. It made me feel real good, and God, it brought me back to EDC. You know, EDC, you get some feelings that last forever. You know, it's good that you can bring those back. It makes me a happy man. Nextly, we have Trench by Merlin. Let's run it. You got me bouncing like a bobblehead up here, man. Good, good. That was cool. All right, so lots of things that we need to work on here, but overall, we have a good foundation because you're putting together some nice flows and nice rhythms. Lots of bounce going on here. The switch ups. I just imagine this in the club. Like people would be really liking that shit. This is fun, but just it's not thick enough. You know, this is very small. We're at negative 12 LUFS. It needs to be twice as loud, like around negative 6 LUFS. So we got to use a lot of compression, a lot of saturation, a lot of parallel processing to get it loud. Then flow overall needs improvement. We need call response fill. So we have maximum energy going back and forth. And right now all the basses are in mono. So we want a stereo layer so we can fill out the frequency spectrum and make it full. It'll sound louder, heavier. It'll have more energy with that. And lastly, the sub sounds small, sounds separate from the basses. We got to glue them together, clip them together, saturate them together. Many things you can do, but got to make sure that sub is fat. Undoubtedly. Overall, though, pretty good idea. Good job with the trench. Very nice. Merlin. Up next, Vincent himself. Wait, higher than the drop. DCS. Okay, let's get it done then. Nice. Oh. That felt pretty good. Those pads just, oof, they really be hitting my soul. And that lead on top, it's just good. I mean, these dynamic shifts are insane. It's like moving so much. And then we go from loud to almost silent. That's nice. These basses are not thick enough. You want to layer these more, add more to these basses so that they're fatter. And then there's like no sub. There's like no sub in this. Double check this sub, this bass music. That sub bass has to be going, has to be pumping. The background though, like the sounds very nice. The transitions too are good. And then to switch up the house was a surprise. It felt good, unexpected. This was very nice. This shit was pretty dirty. This was dope. This is too quiet though. It's negative 11. It's way too quiet. We need this to be like negative 7, basically. Negative 6. Got to get this louder. Make sure compression, saturation, group things process them in the group, and use parallel processing also on individual tracks and group tracks to make things big, and use your EQ constantly while you're doing that. But good job. Higher than the drop DCS. Easily. Up next is Toba by Trivlaun. I don't know how to say that, sorry. Let me know. Toba.
Drop it like it's
Got me running, but I'm with the flow.
drop it like it's hot.
Boy.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's drop it like it's hot.
Yeah. This is sick. Alright, so good sub bass, man. That sub is just feels so good. So much harmonics in it, and it's moving and pitch bending, and there's a lot of different little movements that are happening, and you just keep it going, keep the energy going. Lots of bounce in this. Did very good. The overall main bass leads, though, sometimes sound very small and thin and not cutting through the mix like they should. Remember, it's not just sub. We need some bass too, even though your sub is off the chain. You gotta add a little bit of that bass. It gets really muddy and it's way too loud in these transition sections. And the outro. You use a lot of EQA. Only one thing can have the lows playing, and barely anything should have those low mids, which is 100 to 300 usually. Is where you want to detail work there. I like this. I had a lot of fun dancing to this. It felt really good, dude. Like, this is refreshing to see how you can just continue to change and add variations through your phrases. It's like minimal, but it's happening and it's doing so much. It's just so cool. Definitely work on the intros though. Make sure this is interesting. Out of a vocal or a lead. You know, you need something leading all of this to the drop. But good job, man. That felt dope. That was Trivlion. I'm sorry, man. Dang. Is in the chat. Oh, and you're welcome. Higher than the drop for the feedback. You're welcome. Ah, yes, bass group had one cutting the lows. That happens to the best of us. Up next. Who do we have next? New 11, sync rate. Let's get it.
For the wordplay, I came here for the wordplay, and I came here for the foreplay. Came up to fuck up your whole day. Yeah.
Malfunction.
Yeah. That's enough for the wordplay. I came here for the wordplay, and I came here for the foreplay. Came up to fuck up your whole day.
Very cool. That was pretty crazy, but very nice. There are some sections that are super fire in here. That sounds really nice. Just the balance and movement, the dynamics, the vocals, and the just heavy, low, mid, grungy bass sounds so good. I really wanted to keep dancing to this, and I think this should be twice as long for sure before you start cutting it out and transitioning. This transition was very, almost kind of botched, you know? It's doing so many different random things. And it's not really building any energy. It's just like moving in random directions. And then we randomly move to this new speed, new almost genre. Yeah! Sounds really fire over here. There's some great ideas, but it's like you're just throwing them down, and you really want to structure these out, spread everything out, make sure that, you know, we dance at least for 16 bars. For your first drop. Not 8 bars is just not enough, so 16 bars minimum. Then you can start to like break it down completely and then maybe tease some of this new speed that you're about to introduce with the second drop. And make sure it's just organized. You don't want too much going on. There needs to be a focus. There needs to be focus, a spotlight on a main sound, and then you can go back and forth between different sounds. That was good though. Sync rate, very nice design. Nice sounding of the designings. Good job, New 11. Sync rate, the whip. Next is Sith with Malachor. Oh. That's dirty. didn't see my track. Where Gio HX. What? Your track was submitted after the close. We only do 20 tracks. Sorry, I can't get your track, and I have a lesson right after this. It will be first on next stream. Next stream. Next stream. Next stream. Yeah, that shit heavy. That's Malachor. Damn, dude. Okay, it looks like Sith's coming in hot with a Malachor. So I got to say, this intro is just gas. Just very cinematic. Sounds very professional. Hans Zimmer. It's just nice, you know. Doesn't sound cheap. And then just teasing the rhythm bass is really nice. When we get here, it's like you built it up perfectly to the drop. But when we get to the drop, it gets really muddy. It's like too much frequencies are stacked from 100 hertz to 300 hertz, basically. And they're sounding good. Your sound design's really good. Your flow's so sick. So much movement. I really love it. But if the mix doesn't sound good and it doesn't sound pleasing to the ears, it's going to be hard to listen to. We can only go so far with distortion and muddiness. You have to find a balance, basically. So you want to double check all your individual tracks, make sure you're using EQ8 and making sure that this doesn't sound muddy. You're really close to this sounding super, super good and professional, but right now the mix is really bringing it down, unfortunately. When you start adding more sustains and stuff, it just starts getting even more congested and a little bit more muddier. So you have to be really careful on like what has the focus. Use EQ8 to carve frequencies out, to make sure that things flow and fit with each other, that y'all can't be playing full blast at the same time. Overall, though, your movement's sick. Good idea. I like this a lot. You're killing the game. Good job, Sid Malachor. Next, we got Eek Beats with Dane's Cheeky Shortcuts. Volume 1. Or version 1. I don't know. so good. Bro, did you just really flex on us that hard with your with your playing, dude? Chill, bro. My girlfriend on this app, dude. My girlfriend on this app. We were dancing up and down the scales in so many different ways. There's so much amazing feelings and movement going on here. You just like want to take another listen, undoubtedly. Just very good. It does feel like there's an odd structure over here because it feels like you're building it up for a drop, and then we like hit this section. And it feels like a drop, but it feels like there's no sub bass in the drop. And I know there is a bass here, but it sounds like what you would do in like jazz, like just a bass guitar bass, something short and tight. We need like a long, thick, big EDM, synth bass, like how drum and bass would have. So right now it sounds empty. There's a lot of silent sections where the bass isn't playing. And remember, this is like almost a climax moment. You just built the tension. Now we're releasing it here with that build up. Keep that in mind. I like the switch ups that you do here. It's really sick. Honestly, you just kept surprising me over and over and over again with all the playing and the movements, and it sounded good in harmony. The only thing is like the sub bass, the whole song needs to be improved. It sounds too weak. Sometimes it's too short. When it is long, it sometimes feels like it's overtaking it. So really try to work on your sub bass. Try to get that fitting in perfectly into the mix. And yeah, hit me up if you have any questions on that. Don't worry, I got you. Just hit me up on the DM. Oh, on the DM now. Good job, dude. That was awesome. Felt really good. Up next is Rage with Backbone. Rage, flip, whip. Okay, I see you in a rage, flip, whip. Where you at? Okay, let's go.
Uh-oh, who's on who? Said you let it ring, but it never goes through. My mind's fucked, my head's gone too. Smokes with a man and but the joke's on you. Uh-oh, who's on what? Don't tell my brothers, don't spin the whole block. Bang, everything you got. Tell them you got pussies that will take the whole lot. You ain't got no back. Shut up! Yeah, the trap, I ain't got a trap phone. I got P's and M's and K's and O's. They're a little relax, so I'm letting niggas know you should give them high fives. Now stress a middle finger. Bangs in my feet, oh, when I linger. They think I'm a rapper, I think I'm a singer. Catch me in the car, treat the chorus like a dinger. Southern fried, I'm a South boy, cause I'm South. Give me something then, give me something if you're bad. My mother calls me mad, but I think I'm Jack the lad. Tell us what you're working with, don't tell us what you had. I need to stop my sentences, I'm sorry, may I add. You ain't got no back. Shut up!
Very nice, very nice. Rage coming in with Backbone. That was pretty cool, I must say. So, this is pretty heavy, right?
You ain't got no back.
And just the energy that you're creating here is nice, but this gunshot, it just sounds like the weakest gunshot ever. It sounds like a state fair gun where, you know how they race the goats and they race all the horses and they shoot the gun to make them race? That's what that sounds like.
Shut up!
Where is it? So like, I downloaded the Modern Warfare 2 guns. So if you just get like two of these, like two of them at random, you know what I'm saying? And you got some big old gunshots. But you gotta like line things up. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit's clean. So get you some nice samples, my guy. That gunshot's just not gonna work right there. It needs to be big and fat to match this big and fat drop that's about to happen. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, get the trap time. Got a trap phone, I got P's and M's and K's and O's. They're a little.
The vocals sound good in this. The only thing that doesn't sound good is that it's getting muddy. It's sounding like there's a lot of competing low frequencies, and we have a lot of low frequencies in the middle, but now we're getting low frequencies on the sides. And all of those is just making it muddy in the stereo image. So you got to cut all the lows from the sides and make sure that, like the sub and the kick, you know, the lows, and also your basses that are lows stay in the middle. And then the stuff that goes on the sides are more like mids and highs. The mid lows, we got to be careful. We got to cut those out. We got to cut like, you know, 250, 300. So we can start cleaning things up, because right now it's really loud and we have a lot of competing frequencies. So they're just trying to live their lives, and they can't live their lives comfortably. That's going to help a lot. Otherwise, sound design flows pretty safe. The vocal's really doing all the heavy lifting here, right? Because there's not really call and response with the basses, but we're just talking with the vocal, you know? But I think you should have a part of the song where it's less vocal. Well, actually, the list part right here was less vocal. This last. Yeah, so that's fire. So that's good. Keep on doing that. That's what I like to hear, man. Good job. Good job, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I submitted yesterday and just changed the link after the YouTube notification. Change the link after YouTube notification. Okay. I got you, dude. I'll listen to yours right now. Don't worry. Are you still here? You still here, dog? Jayo? Radia sounds like Wooly if he was good. Okay. Slatra said filthy. Alright, if Jayo's still here, we're gonna play his track real quick. If not, we're about to dip on out of here, guys. Thank you guys for submitting your tracks. You know what it is and what it ain't. Hit me up if you have our Jayo still here. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get your track right now. Remember, guys, you can DM me whenever you need to ask questions about the feedback that I give you, and this stream will be on YouTube right after this. So you'll be able to watch it at any time. You know what it is. All right, Jayo, let's go ahead and get yours in. Luckily, we have a little bit of time left for yours. Thank you for explaining what happened. Let's go. All right, cool. Interesting. I'm really impressed with the way you transitioned from this to our tear out. Sounded very professional. I love that. That's good. It's sounding clean. It honestly sounded really good until we got to the drop. We have good sound design here. It's loud enough, but the flow is just not there. We're not able to dance in full motion and really, headbang fully. So we need to be dancing to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Going as fast as possible to our speed, our BPM. But with this, we don't do that because it's like a different flow. And I'm not saying that this flow is wrong. It's not bad. But we have to save this flow for later on in your song to then switch it up. Because at first, when you first drop it, we need full energy, full intensity. We dance, and then as soon as it starts getting repetitive or boring, boom, you play that, what you made, and we switch up the flow, and then boom, we switch back to the fast. Then we have a nice, full, complete song. Right now, it's like, here, listen. Like, down, 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 down. So there's no way I can do 1, 2, 3, 4 to down, 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 down. So like I said, flow's fine. It's just the way you placed it in your song right after this build-up is just not working. Well, it works, but we don't get the highest energy possible. And that's really what we want. We want people to headbang, people to dance. So keep those things in mind. And also, you would definitely benefit from a fake out. The fake out increases the energy and adds even more energy when we get to the drums. So you just remove the drums, add a filter, fake it out, let only the basses and the sub play, or just the basses, and then boom, drop it in, throw them into the drums, and it'll be super heavy. Like I said, the sound design is good. You just got to work on the flow and the movement, the energy. Call and response too. You can watch my call and response video for extra tips too. Let's see what this is. Nice. That was good. Thank you guys for submitting. You guys are awesome. Drip battles are on Friday. All my streams are on Monday and Friday. I had a huge move. I'm doing a lot of big things. Everything's been crazy. I'm about to go to Lost Lands too here soon, so it's going to get crazier. But the Drip Battle is a beat competition. We're using a sample. It's on Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Feedback streams are on Monday. Thank you guys for submitting. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are awesome. Keep it real. Stay fresh. And I will see you guys soon. Let me just say bye in the chat real quick. Peace out, homies. Nimbus, if you submit, I'll get yours in the next stream, okay? It'll be one of the first ones. Peace out, everybody. Have a good day. Stay fresh. Late.